today we're going to be making a frontal wig. I have 4 bundles and a 20-inch frontal. What you're going to do is start out by measuring around your ears so you know where your ears are. Then you're going to take the frontal and you're going to hold it on your head to measure where the back of the frontal hits. Then you're going to mark that off as well. Then you're going to put the wig cap on your wig head and place the frontal on it, and this time pin it down using the measurements that you just made. It's okay to secure it past the ears because we won't be cutting those tabs out until the end. So you don't have to, so you can place the frontal over your ear tabs that you marked out. Sew down the back of the frontal to the wig cap, starting from the middle. You want to go from middle to each side and not use the same thread, because if you were to cut that thread and it was all one stitch, the wig would fall apart instantly. So you want to make sure that you're starting from the middle and using and doing it from one side, starting from the middle, going to one side, and then you cut the thread, start from the middle and go to the other side. So you limit the risk of, if you cut the thread, your wig will not fall apart as quickly. Not that it won't fall apart, it just won't fall apart as quickly because you got that different kind of thread. Yup, remember I told you, remember Brianna told you. So you're going to want to keep doing that all the way to the other side where you start to get to your ears, and you can sew over your ears because then you're going to cut out the tabs. So it's okay right now to sew over your ear measurement. See? Now do it on the other side. Clips would be very useful here because there's a lot of flyaways, as you can see. Anyone knows, like, when you get a frontal, like, there's a lot of stray hairs going everywhere. So some people put stuff on it. I don't. I just use clips to hold it down. Look at that. Ain't that so pretty? Better do it, girl. So we just gonna keep going until the end. Remember, go past the ear tab because we're going to cut it out later. I try during this process, when I'm sewing down the frontal, to keep all the hair out of the stitching. It is so important because no one wants a bunched up frontal with all that hair in your knots. So make sure you're being very careful when you're sewing and when you're making your knots, to try not to get no hair in it. It ain't cute. Now we're going to take our first bundle. Ow! God damn, look at that. Bundles. God damn. So beautiful. These bundles are so beautiful. Anyways, we're going to be taking these bundles and going in with the first one. Use the T-pin to map out where you're going and start curving them. The first couple of bundles, the first rows of bundles, you want to curve it like a smile when you're sewing. Then you gradually straighten out by the time you get to the top, so that you're going straight across, if that makes sense. So you want to just start going in. The T-pins, again, will really help hold up the end of your track so that you see what you're doing. And as you get to the end, you'll want to put your needle through the weft band and then link it to the frontal. I keep saying link, sew it to the frontal. At least put 1 or 2 threads through the frontal before you continue on to the next track. So when you're flipping it over, you want to sew it to the frontal, then continue on to your next track. But yeah, I always have like 7 to 10 needles already threaded, set aside when I make a wig. So that's why you just see me, interchanging needles very quickly. I just thread them all before I start wig making. So that will really, really save you time having to rethread. Just buy a bunch of needles. They're like 50 cents at the store, and buy you a big thing of thread and just keep it pushing. At this point, we're going straight across now. We've gradually come out of the smile. It wasn't really like a huge smile. It was like a smirk. You gotta remember when I said you gotta sew the first couple of bundles like a smile. You gotta sew them like a smirk, and then it turns into a straight face. So you're sewing a slightly amused wig. I am still double tracking up to this point. I believe I double tracked this whole wig because the weft bands were so small and really kind of flexible, which is something that I love. Small weft bands are so easily sewable, and it helps your wig to lay flat. Thank God. A nice slim weft band really helps your wig making. I know you really can't see the weft band until you get the bundles, but it's this, like, if you can see it, the weft band, it's so slim, like it felt like nothing. So it really helps the hair to lay down flat, and it helps you when you sew. It really helps. I hate bulky weft bands. I hate them. So in that instance, double tracking may be something that, you can't really do. Last bundle, yeah. Sorry, y'all. And you see how much space I have left? Honestly. And so we're gonna attach it right to that where we ended. I have enough thread so you could just put it right in where you ended and keep going. And every single time I start a new weft, or even when I start a new row, I always try to put the needle through the weft band. So that's also why it helps to have slimmer weft bands on your bundles, because it's easy to put your needle through for the purpose of extra security. So we're just gonna go right in, and I believe at this point I'm still double tracking. I'm the type of person that will double track to the moon if you let me, man. I don't care. Full wig me, please. It is I. It is me. I'm back. I'm the one you seek. I'm the one that has 4 bundles and double tracks anyways. But it's because people have told me that I've had a big head. But I don't believe them because I know my head. So. And if you got a big head, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Why you got a 28-inch and we could still see through your wig, man? It's not cute. It's not cute. So yeah, I will double track and use 4 bundles and be that bitch, and my wig will still be flat. So anyway, that's for the people who is coming for me, But anyways, you're going to keep on sewing, and make sure that as you get to the frontal, again, like I said, make sure that you're sewing that part. See, I went through the weft, and now I'm going right through the wig cap and the frontal to put them together. You're gonna have to get tugging. And then you're gonna knot it. And I knot it about 2 or 3 times to really keep it. Make sure you get that hair out of there. See? And then keep on going. And I am still double tracking. I am still double wefting. Yes. I feel like I can watch wigs being made on ASMR. Is that how you say it? I could watch it. I could hear it. I could just go to sleep to needles being threaded, bundles, and people ask me, what do I dream about? I dream about that. I really do. So we're gonna keep going. We're getting up to the last bit. You are doing incredible. You're with me on this. You're doing incredible. You got this. Don't it? It's a small flex. Babes. So we're gonna flip it over. Yes, don't get scared by the space that you see. It's okay. But that's the thing too. When you double weft, all that space that you think you're seeing right now, you're not gonna see it when the wig is wigging. You're not gonna see it. And we're on the last. Look at that. You're gonna fold it right over. It's my dog in the background. Hi, Benny. He wanted attention. So now we're bringing it together. You want to place that T-pin, and then you want to pull it all together. Yep. Make sure with this, you're holding the frontal hair back so you can see. You want to get under there. Go through the wig cap. Go through the frontal. Pull it up. Make sure you're under stitching at this point. So you want to go under, through the wig cap, through the frontal. Pull it up. And it's okay if you start to mix with the threading that you already did. Because again, it's reinforcing it. So not only do you have your 2 opposing thread stitch that you did to keep it, together, you also have this, and make sure that you're keeping it flat and your knots are being cut as close to it as possible. Right there. Now you gotta keep on going, and this is my favorite part of making a wig. when you get to that. And yes. When the glory comes. Child, sorry. So we're going to take that and sew that right over. See, I told you not to worry about that black spot. Because what? Ain't nobody finna see it. You better sew that over. You better sew that over right now. See, it's like peeling back a curtain. Look at that. Ain't no curtain to be peeled back, okay? There's more hair where that came from. And baby, you are done. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. You are done. You did it. We have a fully made frontal wig. So now we're going to go back to those ear tabs and we're going to cut off the front of the wig cap. Do not cut too close to your thread. Please pay attention. This is the part that makes me shaky about wig making. This is the risk. Do not cut too close to the thread. And you'll be fine. So cut off all that black wig cap where the frontal is. And then you're going to cut out your ear tabs, your little ear measurements. See? And then there you go. There you go. Boom, bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Thank y'all for staying with me through this tutorial. I'm Brianna, and I'll catch you in the next one where we dye it. Bye.